Welcome back to the I Achilles channel, everyone. The other day, Jon Kyl, Senator Jon Kyl of Arizona, was talking to Barack Obama in the Oval Office, talking about the new immigration bill in Arizona. The immigration bill was created because the federal government refuses to secure the border. And Arizona is a border state, and their state is being overrun by illegal aliens, and it's really bankrupting the state, and they had to do something. It's really just a kicker, to get the federal government to do something, but they refuse to do anything. So Jon Kyl asked President Barack Obama to secure the border. That's what the bill is all about. It's getting the government off their butt and doing their job, their responsibility, which is to secure the border. President Barack Obama told Jon Kyl of Arizona, he said, if we secure the border, then you all won't have any reason to support comprehensive immigration reform. The border security is being held hostage to comprehensive immigration reform. And the administration's spokesperson comes out and calls Kyl a liar, basically, saying, oh, he didn't say that, but then explains what Barack Obama was talking about and said, and he said what Jon Kyl said, that we don't need border security alone, we need comprehensive immigration reform. So the two are tied together. Amnesty and border security are tied together. You can't have one without the other. That's what Barack Obama's saying. That's what Jon Kyl said, that Barack Obama said, that now his spokesperson has said. But yet Jon Kyl's a liar? How does that make sense? It doesn't. The American people have spoken. They want the border secured first. And then we'll deal with the 12 to 20 million people who are in our country illegally. That's what the American people want. The reason why the American people want this is because under Reagan the same thing happened. 2 million people were here. They created comprehensive immigration reform. And you know what happened? The 2 million people got amnesty, and the border was not secured. Now we have 12 to 20 million people here. Do you see what I'm saying? The American people want that secured first. But Barack Obama has it held hostage because he feels as though eventually everyone will go along with this because of the illegal immigrant problem. It's all about creating crisis. They did it in the financial reform. They did it in healthcare, cap and trade. This is all to create a crisis. The financial reform deal, it was created, and the financial collapse was created through the Community Reinvestment Act. And then the deregulation of the banks, the banking industry. Lifting of the Glass-Steagall Act, which technically, basically separated banking from investing. And they put them together. And that was a way that they could dump these bad loans that the government forced them to make. All to create the crisis in order to push forth the financial reform. And you know what the most important thing to the financial reform is? Not the new regulations on the banks. It's taking the power from the Congress, which is the people, to make decisions on whether or not we should bail out banks or not. Now that decision is in the executive branch's hands and the Treasury. That's it. So now the people no longer have a choice there. Do you see what I'm saying? These are the scary parts of these bills, these reforms. It takes the power away from the people and puts it in the hands of the executive branch, creating a dictatorship in the United States of America. Does that trouble anybody? The healthcare reform, it was targeted regulations which forced insurance companies to only sell insurance to people living in the state. Meaning the American people no longer had the right to purchase healthcare insurance anywhere they chose to. They had to buy it from their own state, which took away competition, which drove up prices, which created the healthcare crisis in order for them to get in and push healthcare reform. It's created this cap and trade. This cap and trade is going to go through because of the oil leak now in the Gulf of Mexico. They were hoping that they could push it through by scaring you about global warming, but it didn't work. It did not work. So now they're going to use this oil leak in the Gulf of Mexico to push forth cap and trade. You understand? And they say, well, he didn't cause that. He didn't cause the hole in the ocean floor. That's right, he didn't. But what he is in control of is cleaning it up. And he's not lifting the Jones Act, which would allow 13 other countries to come in here and help us clean it up. Instead, he's hired Forrest Gump down there with his shrimp boat to clean the oil off the water. Does that make sense? No, because what he wants is he wants that oil on shore. Because what was once a crisis, now a crisis, will become a catastrophe, which will create the reformation for cap and trade. You understand? That's what it's all about. Creating crisis to push forth their ideological agenda. And that's it. That's basic. It's simple. That's what's happening in this country. We have a rogue government that works against the will of the people. That's what we have right now in America. It's time to wake up to it. It's orchestrated. It's a crisis in order to create a reformation, to get people to go along with this fundamental transformation of America. God bless America. God save America.